How do you do?
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Rachel. Hi.
I'm the VP of Talent Acquisition for Brown Shoe.
Oh, wow. Hi.
So I'm here to interview you.
Well, Afghan Shoe Store so far has been such a great experience.
There hasn't really been much that's been easy.
I'll drop an assessment and I'll make sure the judges get a hold of it by next week.
I decided to name my collection Alexandra Capri.
Who are you targeting? Who's your customer?
Very like European meets like Coachella kind of girl.
Who is going to win Shoe Store? So you're going to do it, right? You want 2 winners here.
Hi guys. This is my room where I get a lot of my inspiration. My favorite colors are like gold, and I love vintage things, so I kind of collected that over the years. I'm really inspired by so many different things. I guess you could describe my style in general as kind of vintage findings and kind of bringing vintage things into today's fashion. I love to collect lots of vintage scarves and jewelry. It's like really inspirational to look at for different prints and colorways. Some of my favorite things are like some of these bracelets. This is a vintage necklace that I wore for the Rebecca Taylor episode. I've spent a lot of time on this collection. Combining this project with my internship, work, senior thesis was really hard, but it's all about like finding a good balance. Come on in.
Hi! I'm so excited to see all your stuff. So show me everything you have.
Okay, this is one of the first shoes I made. It has the stingray going down the middle, and then the calf fur, and the suede, and then the stingray down the back.
I think the shoe, construction-wise, came out really, really well.
This is the boot, and the tongue is the fur, and the stingray is all around here.
You could see this sitting next to all of the other brands at Saks Fifth Avenue. It's so luxurious.
With this final challenge, I think it's so much fun to create a collection, but also it's amazing how we get to develop the collection for Saks Fifth Avenue, because that's always been one of my favorite stores.
How do you feel going up against Keena opposed to, I mean, I think everybody thought it was gonna be Matthew.
Me and Keena are so different in our style, but me and Matt have kind of similar tastes. I think it would probably have been a harder challenge.
So how are you feeling? I mean, you're 72 hours out.
Oh, don't scare me. In the 72 hours, I have to work on my tan. So Michael Atmore will have some competition on looking so good.
You look like calm and collected, and it seems like you've really thought everything out. I wish you the best of luck.
Obviously, I want it really bad. I would love to work for Brown Shoe. I think it's an amazing company and so many great brands.
So this is where I work. Come on inside. El Camion.
Keena is like family to us, which is cool because her family's a little far. We're lucky to have her for now, you know, until she makes it big, and then she'll be flying high.
One of the biggest challenges has been not really ever being in my own apartment. If I work brunch here, I go straight from here to school and I sit in the computer lab for hours, or I have class and then I stay in a night lab until 2 a.m. sewing.
I'm proud of Keena, and you're gonna go all the way.
I'm excited about being in the final 2. For the final 2, I thought, because I've been in class with Hyojin for 4 years and she always does such amazing stuff, I was really very surprised that she left so early. So I mean, I'm surprised that she isn't in the final 2 right now, and I'm obviously also surprised that Matthew isn't, because he won 3 times in a row. We all kind of like fought through it together. It was a different competition. We all supported each other at the same time.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Did you figure out your whole branding thing yet? Because I know you were like still working on that.
Yeah, but it's called ephemeral. And the meaning behind it is being able to enjoy things in life while you have them, because they're never forever.
But like, what's the story behind like the customer and stuff?
The customer is like a very laid-back, free-spirited girl. This challenge has been my favorite challenge. It's been more about what I wanted to do. And I got to make 2 shoes, which although took twice as much time, it gives a bigger picture of what I'm envisioning in my head.
So do you have a logo or anything?
Yeah, I have, I'm using the same script, and then I'm doing this, this symbol. It's like a spirally thing, but it represents the circle of life. And the symbol I'm gonna use for hardware
I definitely see you in this collection and your design of Saks. So how do you plan on bringing it into Saks Fifth Avenue, since that is a big part of the challenge?
It'd be displayed next to Sergio Rossi, so that clientele will kind of see the two together and get that kind of edgy, playful look.
So have you seen Rachel's stuff? Is she making a box?
Probably. I'm sure both of us are going to have amazing stuff, and I know it's going to be really hard for the judges to decide. It's a dream being here just because everybody in the industry knows who I am now.
They look good though. I think you're going to win.
I'm so excited to have this final challenge today. I think it's a really fun challenge, and I think it's the best one so far. So excited to show my stuff.
I'm very excited about presenting today. This is a very personal collection. It's something that we had to come up with from scratch. So it portrays who I am as a designer and the way I find inspiration.
So this is it, your last chance to impress our judges and win the FN Shoe Star Grand Prize, a design job at Brown Shoe. Let me introduce you to our impressive panel. You know Michael Atmore, Editorial Director of Footwear News.
I'm expecting a lot today. These two are in the finals. This is the last challenge. They really, really need to step it up for the final time.
Ron Frasch, Saks President and Chief Merchandising Officer.
What I look for, I think, is someone who has a real vision, someone who understands how women live and understands what excites them and how to bring that emotion to footwear.
And your potential new boss, Diane Sullivan, President and CEO of Brown Shoe.
What I'm going to be looking for in addition to that passion and creativity is how do they think about the marketplace? Are they thinking about it holistically? First time we've really had a chance to see how they do from a comprehensive perspective.
Now Rachel, as the winner of the last challenge, you get to pick today's order of the presentations.
It's going to be Keena first, and then I'm going to follow her.
All right then, Keena, you're up.
All right.
Keena, your time starts now.
For my collection, I decided to call it ephemeral. It's kind of a very poetic way of saying that something doesn't last forever. The reason why I chose this word for my shoe line was because it's important for a shoe designer to keep changing, keep growing with the customer and building a bond with the customer. My target customer is very free-spirited, very bohemian, but very European chic. My particular brand would be on the lower side of Saks Fifth Ave, so the shoes would be around 400 as opposed to 800 or up. For the first wedge, it's a completely covered wedge. The back of it is this really bright tribal print and zips all the way down. It's very elongating, which wedges don't usually do. This is more on the sexy side, but it's still very playful and it still has this tribal print here. The other three designs that I did are Oxford style. I included a mid-heel because, although all the girl loves the high heel, you still want to have something that you can wear in every day. For my commercial, it's a story about a girl that's very free-spirited, but she's still really sexy, so it's kind of merging the two, playful, so it's not the stereotypical sexy stiletto.
Keena, time is up.
As you think you envision your line evolving and moving forward, do you have a feeling where you see it more dressed up? Do you see it a little more relaxed?
My line would, although it would be evolving per season, I think that it would still remain more of a, not casual, running around casual, but casual, sexy look that is very individualized.
So Keena, when you went to Saks, did you see anything that felt in the same vein as what you're trying to do here? Or were you looking to fill a gap?
I was more looking to fill a gap.
The bohemian woman that you were talking about, how did you come up with that idea?
I think this line, it very much speaks for me as a designer.
Where would you have your collection made?
In Italy. I want, all the leathers and stuff like that.
You may not be able to package the made in Italy with the $400 price and still make some money.
Tell me a little bit about how and why you think you'd fit in at Brown Shoe.
Well, there's so many different companies. From Via Spiga to Fergie, there's two totally different customers, and that I need to learn how to do that. And I think that I can bring something new and young, since my style is younger.
What makes you think you can win this?
I think that I have a really different way of looking at things, and I came from the art background. All the stuff that I do, there's a reason why I do it, whether it's an actual story or my inspiration. I'm really looking forward to having the possibility of work for a company so big, because I know there's a lot to learn, so I'm ready for it.
That's great.
Keena, thank you.
Thanks.
Rachel, your time begins now.
Each of you guys were given a handout, which includes an Alexandra Capri, which is the name of my company, trend book for fall 2011, in addition to an Alexandra Capri business plan. One of the things I really thought was a really hot trend for next season is mixing a bunch of cool textures into different shoes. And I was also inspired by gold and fur and just luxury. My whole company is about mixing comfort and high fashion together. I had to go to Saks, obviously, to do as much research as I possibly could. One of the guys, the salespeople, were so nice. They were like, come shadow me while I sell the shoes. And what I found out is a lot of these luxury brands are really missing comfort in their shoes. So that's why I have developed a patent-pending cushioning system that really pinpoints the stress in the woman's foot. I wanted to really be intact with the fall 2011 trends in using a stingray embossed green print, a cow hair fur, black suede, and a gold outsole. There's also gold hardware that says the name on the very bottom. In addition to that, the shoes will be packaged in gold boxes. My 5 silhouettes are a wedge with a golden heel, the short boot, as well as a taller boot. It has a zipper in the cow fur that goes all the way down the back to the very end of the heel, as well as having a tassel zipper pull. The stingray sandal, which has the stingray going down the front. Also, my commercial is based on a kind of a dark Cinderella story. It kind of is the romantic, fun play of a commercial.
And Rachel, that's time.
Talk a little bit about the target customer that you have there.
I actually showed my images to the sales team, and they said that your best range is 25 to 50.
So you walked through most of the presentation with the salespeople on the floor of Saks.
Yeah, I did.
So you brought them sketches? How did you do this?
I brought in a sample card, and I also brought in my sketches in digital form and kind of talked to them all about my ideas.
Listening to you, what I heard was your point of differentiation, besides great design and distinct design, is going to be your patent, comfort.
A patent, yeah, it's going to be like a cushion. I also was talking to the staff, and they were saying a lot of the returns are because these high-end designer shoes are really uncomfortable.
Well, one time, a long time ago, I was told if it doesn't hurt, it's not fashion.
I'll tell you, if you can figure that one out, Rachel, that is a big deal. Everybody has been, wanted to try to figure it. That is the one of the problems. So do you think there's a way to really do that?
I honestly really do, so.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I definitely see myself growing in one company.
So where is Alexandra Capri going to land?
Could land at Brown Shoe.
Good answer.
It's a pitch. Thanks, Rachel.
Okay, thank you.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have those two industry powers in one room judging this challenge.
I liked it, but I wasn't so sure that it had a lot of legs to go beyond this.
Would I see Saks in this? Absolutely. But is she someone who could fit into a design room at Brown Shoe?
Depending on the time or the need of the place. Either one of these young women would be terrific.
We feel like we're ready to make a decision.
I think so. It's a tough decision.
Sitting back at Saks and really thinking about, what we need as a store and what would be something that would add a point of differentiation, a point of newness. My guess is I have to go with Keena.
If it was really just based on what I saw today, there would be no doubt in my mind that I would choose Rachel.
In this envelope contains the name of the winner of FN Shoe Star. But guess what?
Oh no.
This episode was sponsored by Via Spiga, a Brown Shoe brand.